We live in a generation where dating is so hard. Like it is so hard for us. Like it's hard for guys like me to actually, talk to people these days. This generation, females these days is just like they make it so hard for you to try and talk to them. At this point, I'm used to it. I'm over it. I said like I said in my other videos. I'm like, I give up dating stuff like that, and I'm gonna really give you a really really good reason why I'm done with dating. Because at this point, relationships is not it's not worth it no more. These days it's not how it used to be back then. Back then it used to be like real relationship. When COVID was not around, that was a real relationship. Everyone was just like, going outside, hanging out, making sure, they're trying to see one another, just to, hang out, go to coffee, go to the park and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden COVID came in and everybody just like in the shells now, everybody's doing Zoom, all these dating apps, and it's like all this is it's like it's forcing you to like be on the phone these days, and it's just like it's just not it's not necessary no more. I just don't understand why people are so used to be on their phones every single time. I just don't get it. But I guess everybody's different, so I guess that's how some people are. But for me personally, the way I see things these days it's not really. And there are times that even if even the times that I was using dating apps, and I'll talk to a bunch of I'll talk to a couple of ladies and on the phone, and it's like every time that I'm trying to text people, it's like I'm the one always starting a conversation. Like I'm the one who's always trying, like, always have a conversation. I'm the only person that's trying, like, make us talk, make plans, stuff like that, and I'm like, why am I the only person, trying to talk, trying to get to know you, and then obviously, and you are just relaxed, you don't really care much. You just on the other side of the end, just relax, not even trying to text, but not even trying to get to know me, and you just ghost me all of a sudden, and all of a sudden, people just ghost me for no reason. And I'm like, I sit back and I'm like, so I wake up every day and I text you every time that, yo, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Stuff like that. And you have people just ghost me. Like, I'm like, why am I getting ghosted for no reason? Like all I'm doing is just trying to get to know you, and that's it. And people just, and they don't care. They don't try and get to know you. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about how you feel. Stuff like that. They don't care. And it's just all about them. And I'm like, what's the point? It's just sad to this point that people are doing stuff like that these days. It's just ridiculous. And people will just ghost me for no reason. Don't know if you talk to me. Don't let me know what's going on. Don't go about their day, and then all of a sudden they don't talk to me no more. Next thing you know, it's about they're gonna block you for no reason. Like, why am I getting blocked for? You get blocked. They don't talk to you. They don't tell you nothing about what's going on. All of a sudden, you just left the darkness, and I'm like, so I wasted my time just to talk to you, and all I get is just for you to just not talk to me and just block me and don't give me no damn reason why, you know, I'm trying to get to know you. And I'm like, really? Like, how is that? How is that fair? That's not even fair for me if I'm trying to get to know you. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And I sit down to myself and I think about the amount of time that I spend on these dating apps. I spent an hour, 2 hours on these dating apps. You spend money on these dating apps just to talk to people, and all you get just like get ghosted. And the fact that you have to spend money on subscriptions, you have to spend money just for someone to even like you, is just ridiculous. And at this point, I'm just like, you know what? There has to be a way, like, I'm not going to on this. I'm not going to spend my energy and my time on these dating apps, and where I'm just trying to expand. I'm just trying to find this one person, just like, hey, just to meet up, just talk, get to know one another, and that's it, man. And it's not worth it no more. All this is not worth it no more. Everybody's glued to their phone, so you think that you're gonna find someone. You go online, you go on Reddit, you go on Facebook and stuff like that. And people are saying, hey, look, I find it, especially when you have those YouTube ads that pops out and say, hey, oh look, I found a match on this app right here. You two, I want you to download the app and get the same thing. I'm like, nah, it's just at this point, it just feels like it's a scam. Like those people they even have on there is probably like they probably don't even use the app no more. They probably do, but I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they probably don't use the app no more. But to say that to date again, I'm just if dating is gonna be like this for like the coming years, it's just gonna be bad. Cause guys like me, and I'm pretty sure there are other guys out there who see stuff like this and they're like, why am I wasting your time, my time on these dating apps? Like, why am I spending an hour, 2 hours on these dating apps? Why am I spending money on subscriptions? Why am I spending money on likes, boosts, and stuff like that? And it's just like, really, what's the point? So at this point, I'm like, I give up. And now it's just about just going outside and just like find the perfect girl. Even if you go outside this world, it's not even gonna work either, because you go outside and as an introvert, I'm kind of shy sometimes to approach people and just like talk to them unless the person actually approach me and talk to me. Then I feel a little bit comfortable. But like if I have to go and approach someone, it's gonna be super weird for me. And even if I try to go outside, it's gonna be weird because I don't want to talk to someone. Even if you talk to a certain girl, like they're not gonna tell you the truth about themselves. They're gonna lie to you. They're gonna make stories up and stuff like that. So it kind of hurts me. Like if I'm trying to get to do it and I tell you everything about me, I tell about my family, how my family was, how I raised up, and stuff like that. And in return, you don't really care much about what I'm trying to say. And behind my back, I feel like behind my back. I realized that you talk to like so many guys, you talk to like 3 or 4 guys behind my back, and I'm like, really? Why am I spending my time talking to you if you talk to other 3 or 4 guys who are more attractive than me and I'm looking like this and you're just saying, oh, I'm sorry, this and that. That's not gonna cut it. And I really don't like stuff like that. I don't like when females, try to like backstab me, when females don't like, I know being upfront, being straightforward to me. I really don't like that because I'm not gonna be the same thing. I'm not gonna be like that to you. If for you to do something like that to me is just ridiculous. So I also think about it that way, like, if I go outside and I find a girl, I have to be able to trust you. I have to be able to, you have to be able to communicate. You have to know how to even talk. Because communication has to be everything in a relationship. That's the first thing that, I feel like that's the first important thing in a relationship. You need to know how to communicate. Without communication, it's not gonna work, you know. And people don't. There are people out there who don't even communicate. They don't care about you. They're going. You'll be all right. I'll talk to you and stuff like that. Next thing you know, they don't even talk to you. They don't talk to you. They don't even like say hi to you. They don't even message you. Nothing like that. Even if you're trying to text them and you try like get to know them, they're not interested. They're just gonna like shadow ban you. They're just gonna ignore you, and that's it. And it's just the worst feeling. Like this break your heart. It just break your soul within that first minute, right? And you just like, what's going on? I really just understand. Like in the past, I was doing stuff like that. I'll text a bunch of girls, back in high school when I was in high school, and I'll just text people like, hey, you know what? Let's try and get to know one another and stuff like that. They're not even interested. Even if they're interested, they'll go out to they'll you go on a date and that first date, and that's it. I remember my first day I went to a date with a certain girl and then we had to go to a park. No, we had to go. She actually lived in a different. She had to attend a different school house, and I had to meet her somewhere at her school. And then we had to go to like a restaurant, and that day we talked, we kissed, and I went back home. And then the next day, I mean, no, on the same day, I just don't know what the hell happened. And I guess she told her boyfriend, or the boyfriend found out that that she was talking to me, and then we stopped right there, and I'm like, why am I why is this happening? Why didn't you tell me straightforward that I have a boyfriend? You have a boyfriend. You talk to a boyfriend. You already have that. I don't like talking to girls that have boyfriends because if I start talking to you, there's gonna be a if I start talking to you, there's gonna be an issue between me, you, me, the girl, and the boyfriend. Because I don't want nothing like that. I don't want nothing like that to happen. I want to be one person. I want to talk to a girl that's single and that's it. Because I don't want to deal with no issues. I want to have your boyfriend come up to me like, hey, that's my girl right here. You step away from her and stuff like that. That's just public embarrassment. And sometimes some guys don't like that. Some guys will take it to account like, yo, so you're gonna take my girl like that? Is that how it is? I can't. I think of it that way because imagine if I had a girlfriend as well and another guy's trying to talk to her, I wouldn't like that. So I'm not gonna do the same thing to you. But the way we like society these days is just all about the females. Is all about. Okay, it's all about the money. They want everything right now. They want everything right now. They don't want to work for it. They don't want to work hard for it. They see their friends. They want to go to party, clubs, stuff like that. And I'm like, as someone who's 25 and is looking forward to more years coming. It's just sad to see how dating is gonna be. I genuinely feel I don't know how even. I mean, at this point, I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to have my own family one day. I want to have my own family and my kids, but in this country right here, that's definitely gonna happen. I might have to just travel and go find someone. So I'm definitely gonna have to travel and find a girl somewhere. I'm definitely gonna find one day though, but for right now, it's just not worth it because everything is all about money. You have to give money to the companies. It's ridiculous. So I really much prefer going outside and finding a girl, but at the same time, I always think in my mind like, what, if I'm talking to this girl right here, am I able to fully trust her? I'm not going to fully trust you at the beginning. It's going to take some time for me to actually get to trust you. And if you don't have patience as well, then what's the point? If you cannot communicate, if I'm doing all the work, if I'm doing all the talking, trying to get to know you is just ridiculous. Like we are both grown adults. You need to be able to like communicate. All right, it's not about just me babysitting you every single time that you wake up. So it's a mixture of is that, and that's like one of the ways that I don't feel like I'm just done with dating. Like I've been done with dating because every time that I think about getting back to dating, I think about the worst possible outcome that's going to come, and that's always going to happen. You talk to girls, people don't know you talk to you get their number, you want to just want to talk to them and get to know them and see if if there's something available, and all of a sudden just like they ghost you. The next minute that they ghost you, they block you for no damn reason. And if you're trying to like confront them about it, be like, yo, hey, why did you block me and stuff, like they're gonna come with some bullshit excuse like, oh, I didn't mean to do this and that. Yes you do. Like I know, yes you do. But I'm not gonna argue. I'm not the type of guys gonna argue about, oh, why did you block me? Why did you do this and that? I'm just like, all right, that's cool, that's fine. I see how it is, but I just let it slide. I'm not gonna argue about it. I'm like, all right, I'm just looking at it and think about, you know what? That's cool, fair enough. Move on. That's gonna motivate me to focus on myself better. And that's what I'm trying to do. Focus on yourself better, making sure that everything's looking good for the future. Mind my own business, focus on my job right now, also my YouTube right here as well. So focus on this YouTube channel, also my gaming channel as well. So focusing on that, and there's no pressure about dating. It's nothing special about dating. Dating, the right time is gonna come. When the right time comes, it's gonna come itself. So I'm not gonna rush about it. But the way I see dating right now, man, it's bad, man. It's bad for the future, and I feel bad for the future kids that are gonna deal with this, and I feel bad for the single guys as well who are doing stuff like that. And if you find a girl on social media or dating apps or anything like that, man, I mean, all I gotta say is, I hope she's the right person. I hope you chose right. I hope you're able to deal with what comes with you. I hope you're able to trust her. That's all that matters. As long as you're able to trust, communicate, that's all that matters, though. But that's just how I feel about dating. No more dating apps for me. No more time consuming because I spend so much time on these dating apps. And yeah, that's it. Let me know, guys. Tell me in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys next time. Peace.